So it was my daughter and I, we went to Queen's Park. It was around 6 o'clock, and we had sat down there with two other young men. We didn't know them, but we sat down with them, and we were talking, and we were there just sitting there, and we were only there for a couple of minutes when the police line moved up to us, and I heard one of the police said, "Move." So we were all trying to get up. I was sitting on the ground, and I was trying to get up, and the two young men were trying to help me, and then I lost my balance. I fell back down, and then the police were, I guess, wanted to get us pushing to get us going, and Dad and my daughter told them, leave him alone. He's an above the knee amputee. Let him take his time. And I was trying to get back up when one of the police shouted, "Get the four of them!" And then the next thing I know, they're just piled on top of me. The police pinned me down. One of them felt like they had a knee right on my left temple, and they were grinding my head right into the ground. My glasses came loose, and one of the police said, "You're resisting arrest," and I said, "I'm not resisting arrest." I couldn't move at all. I couldn't move like a centimeter. I was just pinned right to the ground, and they ripped my hands out from underneath me, forced them behind my, put them behind my back, and put on these tie wraps really hard. My glasses were laying on the ground, and they didn't seem to care. So I grabbed them in my mouth. I held the glasses in my mouth, and then one of the police, they ordered me to stand up or to walk, and I said I can't. And then one of them grabbed my prosthetic leg and ripped it off without any explanation. He ripped it off, and then he ordered me to walk, and I just looked at him. Obviously, I couldn't walk, and then he said, "Hop," and I couldn't hop, and I said, "I can't. I never hop. It's very painful." So that's when he said, one of them said, "You asked for it," and then two of them grabbed me underneath my arms and started dragging me away across the pavement, and my elbows were digging right into the pavement, and I was screaming at the time, and I was still trying to hang on to my glasses in my mouth. And so they dragged me, I don't know how far, but they dragged me a bit of a ways. And then they dropped me, and some other police came up, and they hoisted me into the air. They picked me right up, and it was sort of the same routine. They were hitting me. They were accusing me of resisting arrest. One of them, they were saying I was a spitter, that I had a weapon, and things like that. These were all untrue. I couldn't resist arrest. I couldn't do anything. But they dragged me to where they had their paddy vans or paddy wagons. They threw me on the ground. They did some more hitting and kicking me. So anyway, then they threw me into the van, and then I was taken to the detention center.
I was protesting amongst other people, and I was swarmed by riot police who then threw me on the ground. One of the riot police had put their foot on my head to push my head down and informed me that I was resisting arrest when I wasn't. At this time, I had already said to them, "I'm not resisting arrest, please don't hurt me." There was a number of riot police that were taking my bag off of me. Someone kicked me, someone was holding my legs down. I had a few of them that were holding my arms, saying I was resisting arrest when I wasn't. And then eventually they got my hands behind my back because they asked me to. I put my hands behind my back, and they then put the zip ties on my hands, and which were really tight. I was losing circulation in my hands. At this point, one of the riot police officers had pulled my hair and pulled me up off the ground by my hair. At this point, a number of them had brought me over to the paddy wagon and threw me up against the paddy wagon. One of them said that I was getting ready to spit. I said, "No, I'm not getting ready to spit." They said, "Put your hand on her mouth." One riot officer said for me to stop moving my head. It was virtually impossible for me to stop moving my head. because he had my hair and he had my head looking up at the sky. The other riot police officer then put his hand over my mouth, and I told him I wasn't going to spit. He told me to shut the fuck up. They kept saying that to me. They kept telling me to shut the fuck up. They told me that I was provoking the people, and I was trying to tell them I wasn't. At this point now, while they have my head pulled back and a glove over my mouth, they then searched me. It was a male officer that rubbed both my breasts and went down and rubbed my private parts and rubbed my other parts and all the way down my legs. And after that, they said that they asked me if I wanted my bandana cut off my hair. And I said yes, please. And so at this point, they were telling me not to move because they were going to cut the bandana from around my neck. At this point, I have already urinated myself because I was so scared. And now I'm thinking they have a knife and they're going to have it around my neck and cut my bandana off my head. I'm sorry, it was very traumatizing and scary to experience that I have no rights and that I'm vulnerable as a woman, as a person.